Welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down the top 5 most valuable Washington $quarter coins, 7 most valuable wheat pennies that have sold for huge amounts of money, that could be sitting in your collection and are worth big money. Let's jump right in. First up, the 1967 Washington $quarter without mint mark. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about its value, stick around as we uncover what makes this coin so special. The Washington $quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. The design features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, symbolizing American strength. In 1967, the coin continued this tradition, but it also marked a significant point in U.S. coinage history due to the changes in minting processes and materials. Mint marks play a crucial role in determining a coin's value. The D indicates that this quarter was minted in Denver. While many coins were produced in Philadelphia, the Denver Mint was known for striking quality coins, which often translates to higher values in the collector's market. The condition of a coin is paramount when it comes to valuation. The 1967 Washington quarter in fine condition means it shows some wear but retains its basic details. Collectors typically look for clarity in the design, with minor scratches or discoloration being acceptable but not excessive. In the fine condition, you can expect the coin to have a nice even patina that appeals to collectors. As of today, the value of the 1967 Washington quarter without mint mark in fine condition ranges between $54,000 in the auction market. This range can fluctuate based on factors such as demand, rarity, and the specific auction venue. In recent sales, we've seen examples of this coin fetching upwards of $76,000, especially if they have unique characteristics or are part of a collection. For those looking to buy or sell, here are some tips. Always ensure you're purchasing from reputable dealers or auction houses. Pay attention to the coin's condition and grading. When selling, have a clear understanding of the current market trends to maximize your profit. Joining coin collecting communities can also provide valuable insights and networking opportunities. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny with D-era mint mark. Stay tuned as we explore its intriguing story, unique features, and its current value in today's market. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. These pennies were produced until 1958, and many of them have become sought-after collectibles. But among these, the 1955 pennies are especially notable. While the 1955 double die penny often steals the spotlight, there's another intriguing variant. The 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the D mint mark error. So what makes this coin special? The 1955 Lincoln Penny with a D mint mark is an error coin, meaning something went wrong during the minting process. This particular error involves a misaligned or doubled D mint mark, which can appear as an extra or misplaced impression near the standard mint mark. Errors like this occur when the mint mark die is struck incorrectly, leading to anomalies that are easily spotted under magnification. These mistakes were never meant to leave the US Mint, making them rare and highly collectible. Now, just like with any collectible coin, the condition of the 1955 D-era penny greatly affects its value. Coins are graded on a scale from $66,000 by the Sheldon grading system. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. What makes the 1955 D-era penny so valuable is its rarity and the story it tells. Each of these coins is a tangible piece of history, a reminder of the human errors and intricate processes behind minting currency. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious enthusiast, the 1955 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the D era is a remarkable piece, worth exploring. Its value is more than just monetary. It's a story of rarity, craftsmanship, and history. Next up, the 1983 Washington quarter dollar, featuring the P mint mark. This coin might not seem extraordinary at first glance, especially in dirty condition. But believe it or not, it holds significant value in today's auction market. Let's explore what makes this coin so intriguing. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Over the years, several varieties have been released, and while some are more common than others, certain years and mint marks can be quite valuable. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced the Washington quarter at two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Denver Mint, marked with P, produced a significant number of these quarters. But what makes the 1983 P quarter particularly interesting is its value, even in less than perfect condition. Now, you might be wondering, how does a coin in dirty condition maintain its value? In the world of numismatics, coin condition graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A dirty coin might lower its aesthetic appeal, but it doesn't necessarily kill its market value, especially if it's rare or sought after. A 1983 quarter can still be valued quite high, depending on factors like scarcity and collector demand. So what is the current market value of a 1983 Washington quarter with P mint mark in dirty condition? As of today, these coins typically sell in the range of $38,000 at auction, depending on their specific condition and the interest from collectors. However, there have been instances where particularly appealing pieces, even if dirty, have fetched higher prices, upwards of $55,000 or more, due to their rarity or unique characteristics. The value of collectible coins is influenced by several factors: rarity, demand, and condition. For the 1983 P quarter, while it's not extremely rare, its availability in certain conditions can make a difference. As more collectors enter the hobby and seek out specific years or mint marks, the demand for coins like the 1983 P quarter continues to rise, pushing prices higher. Next up, the 1938 issue without a mint mark. If you've ever wondered what this coin is worth in today's market and why collectors love it, you're in the right place. Let's explore its history, design, and of course, its value. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, first minted in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1938 penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This was during the Great Depression era, a time when every penny counted for American families. That adds a layer of historical significance to this coin. On the obverse, we see Lincoln's profile, along with the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1938. On the reverse, the wheat ears symbolize prosperity and are flanked by the words 1 cent and United States of America. The absence of a mint mark confirms it was struck in Philadelphia, as they did not add mint marks to their coins during this period. Now let's talk about rarity. While the 1938 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't considered rare, its value depends heavily on its condition. Coins graded higher, like in uncirculated or mint state condition, are much more desirable to collectors. So, what's this coin worth in today's market? As of now, a 1938 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in good condition is typically worth around $44,000. The 1938 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious enthusiast, owning one is like holding a tiny piece of the past. Next up, the 1979 Washington quarter. If you're holding on to one of these beauties, especially in fine condition, without a mint mark, you might be sitting on a small piece of history. But what's its true value in today's auction market? Let's find out. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Since then, it has become one of the most recognized coins in U.S. history. But did you know that by 1965, silver content was removed from quarters? This means that any Washington quarter produced after 1964, including the 1979 version, is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, rather than silver. Silver has been widely used since the 79 version is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition rather than silver. Let's talk about the specifics of the 1979 no-mint mark quarter. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't include mint marks on quarters until 1980. If your coin lacks a D or S mark, it's from Philadelphia. But does this absence of a mint mark add any extra value? The value of any coin depends heavily on its condition. When we say fine condition, we're referring to a grade that shows moderate wear but retains major details, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse side. Fine condition strikes a balance between collectability and affordability. Santos Meyer. So what's the market value of a 1979 Washington quarter without mint mark? In fine condition in 2024, based on recent auction data, these coins typically sell for $53,000 in fine condition. While this might not sound like a fortune, the price can increase significantly for coins in higher grades or with unique errors. Collectors often look for well-preserved examples, and even small variances in condition can influence the final price. So always check the latest auction results for the most accurate estimates. And if you're a collector, remember that even lower value coins like these can add depth and historical context to your collection. While the 1979 Washington quarter may not make you rich overnight, it's a reminder of America's rich numismatic history. Whether you're a collector or just stumbled across one, every coin tells a story worth exploring. Next up, the 1991 silver Washington quarter dollar with a D mint mark. If you've got one of these coins in your collection, or you're just starting to explore the world of numismatics, this is definitely a coin you'll want to know more about. Today, we're going to break down the current value of this coin in today's auction market, even if it's in bad condition. So let's get started. First, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The Washington quarter dollar was first minted in 1932, and since then, it has been a staple of American currency. The 1991 version of this coin marks over half a century of history, and it's often a favorite among collectors. On the obverse, we see a portrait of George Washington I, President of the United States, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse features an eagle in flight with the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. The 1991 quarter is made of a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which makes it different from the earlier silver versions of the coin. But there's more to consider when determining its value. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular 1991 Washington quarter with the D mint mark so interesting? Well, it's all about condition. Even if the coin is in bad shape, it still holds some value in the market. You might be surprised at how much certain coins can go for in auctions, even with some wear and tear. Let's break it down. The 1991 Washington quarter with D mint mark, meaning it was minted in Denver in average circulated condition, is worth around $77,000. While this might not sound like much, it's important to note that this coin was not made with silver content like its predecessors from the 60s and earlier. So the main value comes from its metal content, which is worth $171 billion more than ever before. Let's break it down. However, if your coin is in worse condition, like a coin with heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration, it may be worth less, even though it's still part of the standard Washington quarter series. In these cases, auction results may bring it in at a lower price, anywhere between $95,000 to $1. So a 1991 quarter in bad condition really won't break the bank in today's auction market, but it's still more valuable than just face value. So how do you know whether your 1991 Washington quarter might be worth something more than the typical price range? Well, the best way to know for sure is to have it appraised or submit it to an auction house. The auction market can be unpredictable, and while a coin might be worth only a couple of bucks on average, some rare varieties or even high-grade examples can fetch significantly more. So while a 1991 Washington quarter with D mint mark in bad condition might not make you a fortune, it still holds some worth above its face value, especially if it's part of a collection or comes with other rarities. If you think your coin might be something special, or if you want to know how much it could fetch at auction, your best bet is to consult with a professional coin dealer or auction house. To sum up, while the 1991 silver Washington quarter with D mint mark in bad condition might not be a high-dollar coin, it still has value. From a few cents above face value to a couple of bucks at auction, it's always good to know what you're holding. So, if you've got one, take a closer look at the condition check for any unique traits and consider the market when deciding to sell or add it to your collection. Next up, the 1974 Washington quarter without mint mark in fine condition. We'll uncover its historical significance, design, and most importantly, its current value in today's auction market. So, let's get started. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, designed to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. However, the 1974 quarter holds no extraordinary minting story until now. While most Washington quarters of this era were struck in copper-nickel, some collectors stumble upon ones that appear silver. This can sometimes create confusion, but also intrigue in the numismatic world. First, let's address the without mint mark aspect. Coins without mint marks from 1974 were minted in Philadelphia, as the Philadelphia Mint didn't include a mint mark on quarters at that time. This is entirely normal for quarters of this period, so it's not a rarity in itself. But what about the metal composition? Here's an important detail. Standard 1974 quarters are not silver. They are made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. If you think you've found a silver 1974 quarter, it might be worth testing because it could be an error coin or altered. Error coins, depending on their authenticity and rarity, can fetch higher values in the market. In numismatics, condition is everything. A coin in fine condition shows moderate wear with most details visible but slightly worn. It's not as sharp as an uncirculated coin, but it still holds value for collectors who seek well-preserved pieces. The finer the condition, the more desirable the coin. In fine condition, a 1974 Washington quarter without a mint mark isn't extremely rare, but it still holds value depending on its appeal to collectors. So, what's the value of a 1974 Washington quarter without mint mark in fine condition in today's auction market? As of now, the standard copper-nickel version isn't highly valuable. Its price hovers around its face value of $98,000, or slightly more if sold in bulk. However, error coins, or those mistaken for silver quarters, can significantly increase in value. For instance, authentic error coins, with notable minting mistakes, can fetch anywhere between $90,000 and $90,000, depending on the nature of the error. Altered coins, or silver-plated ones, unfortunately don't carry much additional value, unless they are true mint errors, authenticated by grading companies, like. If you believe your 1974 Washington quarter is unique or has a silver composition, I highly recommend getting it professionally evaluated. Trusted grading services like Yeter or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, adding significant value if it turns out to be rare. Once authenticated, you can sell it on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or even specialized coin forums. To wrap up, the 1974 Washington quarter without a mint mark in fine condition is a beautiful piece of American history. But its value largely depends on condition and unique attributes, like errors. While the standard coin isn't worth much beyond face value, you might strike gold or silver if yours has a unique story to tell. Next up, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a large date and no mint mark. If you've got one of these coins sitting in your collection, you might be wondering how much it's worth today. Stick around to find out. Let's begin with a little background. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny was struck during the height of the wheat penny era, which spanned from 1909 to 1958. This iconic design by Victor David Brenner remains one of the most recognized coins in U.S. history. The absence of a mint mark tells us it was minted in Philadelphia, which was the primary mint for producing large quantities of circulating coins. One distinctive feature of this penny is its large date design. This refers to the bold and prominent numbers in the coin's date. Unlike some years where both small and large date varieties exist, the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny only has the large date type. This makes it easier to identify. In 1951, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 284 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies, making this coin relatively common compared to other dates and mints. However, its value depends heavily on its condition and grade. Let's talk about grading and condition, which play a significant role in determining value. Collectors and dealers assess coins based on their level of wear and visual appeal. A 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny in a circulated state, let's say in good or very good condition, typically holds a value between $90,000. These are quite common and are often found in bulk collections. Now, if your coin is in extremely fine condition, meaning it has minimal wear and strong details, its value rises to around $77,000. But what if you have a color shed or red-brown penny in an uncirculated state? That's where things get exciting. In numismatics, color matters. A penny with a brilliant red or red-brown tone is highly sought after by collectors. These coins are graded as mint state MS by professional grading services like Isokotago or Istratus. Depending on the grade, an MS coin with vibrant color can fetch anywhere between 90.16 or tenths of a. There you have it. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fascinating piece of history with a wide range of values depending on its condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for those shiny red-toned pennies. You never know what treasures you might uncover. Next